Welcome back to the Michael D Show. I'm your host, Michael D, and I love this next guest. I actually met him. He was hosting a real estate conference in Tampa, Florida a year ago where I was speaking, and we ended up having breakfast together. The rest, as they say, is history, but I was so intrigued by Ken Van Liew. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Michael. It's a real pleasure to be here.
Yeah, really great to have you. First book here is Dirt. Work hard, play harder, buy dirt.
Yeah.
This book's an emotional book, but I think it's a piece of who you are, because when you, Tom, and I talked about this and I saw the cover with you for the first time, I went back to that first day in the pool with me, you, and Matt, because this was your heart and passion.
Yes.
Because those guys in the room at your event, they look up to you as a father. And they loved and respected you so much. Those young guys that are hustling and tearing it up in real estate, they're like, Ken's the guy. Everybody in that group was like, Ken's the godfather of the group. So we call you a real estate mogul. You're a titan of real estate.
Trying to be, you know.
But not only building skyscrapers, when did you start doing something amazing? That is your online courses and your training and all your programs. When did you launch all that?
You know, that's a great question. So in 2008, I had my second, I guess you can call, tragedy. I was partners with Lehman Brothers, and we lost $300 million that day. And I was thinking about which building to jump off of, because I was like, wow, real estate just went down the drain. But I had been a magician since I was 12. And I said, if I can keep the magic in my life, maybe we can pull this off. So in 2008, I started doing magic. And I crashed a trade show at the Jacob Javits Center. And I was a really good magician. I just had to learn the trade show business. And I said, if I can make a couple $100,000 doing magic, I'll put all this pressure and just let it go away. Because, $300 million was a lot of money that day to lose. So I didn't really know what to do. The entire city was shut down. There was 500 cranes standing in the city. And I met this guy, Joel Bauer, and we were doing, this magic thing together. And he introduced me to a mortgage origination seminar. And it was really funny because I watched him give value all day. And the next morning, he says, grab this piece of paper out from under your desk. And I saw my first stack be done live. And 40 people stood up and handed him $12,000. And I was like, wow, I'd like to make $500,000 in 2 days. So I said, can you show me how to do that? And he says, well, have you ever, done any courses? I said, well, I built a $17 million project with no money. He's like, 8-figure deals with no money down. So my first course that I created in 2008 was 8-figure deals with no money down. I went to a group in New York. It was called Cash Flow Quadrant. Robert Kiyosaki. There was 100 people in the room playing a real estate game. I was like, wow, can you put these people in a room? So my first, speaking engagement was essentially with 100 real estate players. I put 35 people in a Newark hotel, and I recorded 8-figure deals with no money down, and that was my first course that I created in 2008.
Oh, wow.
And not to hijack the call, I'll just give you the, at that point I went to this thing called the Winner's Circle, and I realized that informational marketing was a business.
Yeah.
And a month later, after rinse and repeating that seminar and making about my first $125,000 in one day, because I realized it was coaching, I'm like, I'll talk to you once a month and give you this, and it's $10,000 a month, and 8 people gave me $10,000.
Wow.
So, I was able to get out of the funk, and then sit there and go, wow, do I really want to be in this informational marketing business, or do I really want to be the real deal? So I set a goal then. I'm going to create the entire spectrum in real estate. We're going to reverse engineer. I think someone said they think in reverse. I'm a top-down thinker, no pun intended. But if I created the real estate, 8-figure deals, real estate development made simple, how could I create a whole gamut of real estate, which next year we come out with Real Estate Master University. But since then, we created the Modern Wealth Building Formula, which is syndication and any type of real estate. And then we've created Financial Freedom Protocol, which is how we did 137 residential deals in 1 year. And we just give it all away. So that's what I'm doing. Right?
Wow. And you just did a massive deal in North Carolina.
Yeah.
And what lights your fire? You just married off your daughter. So,
yeah,
I mean.
Three marriages in 13 months.
Wow.
We have 45 acres. We just got approved. It's a $112 million project in North Carolina.
Wow.
That has now over 100 townhomes, close to 200 residential market rate units, self-storage, hotel, wellness center, retail. Really excited. And that's just one. We have a few going on. So
a couple of your proteges, Pace and Jamal, I mean, they've got their own show on A&E about flipping houses and doing things. So your students are doing incredible things.
They really are, and It's just great. You know, all walks of life, you know.
Well, what do you love the most? Is it the speaking, or is it the coaching? Is it to step into a room like this?
Yeah.
What do you love the most?
You know, I love doing magic the most, actually.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make a lot of
You're
money.
gonna do some magic for us, right? Yeah.
You know, well, we'll see, you know, but,
Yes.
you know, maybe tonight. But, you know, I really have found that real estate is my passion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the magician comes into me in the form of the education and getting on stage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's kind of a shiny penny, but the real estate is something
Yeah.
that woke me up at 5 in the morning every night, kept me up till midnight. You know, I went to school, you know, just till I was 37 years old at night, every night, you know. And then I figured I better learn how to make money now.
Let's make some
Because
money.
Dad said go to college,
Yes.
but that didn't pay the bills.
Yes.
It just increased them, you know.
And you had weddings coming up.
Yeah, but the real estate is really exciting because real estate development, you know, and every day is different, you know.
Yeah.
A lot, you know, people might get bored doing fixing and flips, but
Yeah.
for real estate development, one day I'm negotiating a legal
Yeah.
contract, the next day I'm buying windows, the next day I'm doing civil engineering, you know, so it's
Bringing in
interesting.
investors,
Yeah, bringing in, always raising money. I
Wow.
teach people, like, you got to work on your money pitch no matter what you do. It's not elevator pitch, it's money pitch.
Well, we
'Cause
can
we're all
talk about
raising money.
elevators. I know you know all about elevators and skyscrapers. That's another question. But
Yeah.
let's say I've only got $1,000 to invest in real estate.
Yeah.
Can somebody literally get started with $1,000, and how would they do that?
Yeah, they can. You know, I built a $17 million project with no money.
No money.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying no money.
No money. Yeah, I could keep the lights on, but, you know, I figured 9 ways to pay myself. And, you know, essentially, if you don't have a lot of money, you know, it's about what we're talking about all today. It's about building relationships. You know, because there's a lot of money out there. There's a lot of people with money. And if you can create certainty and, you know, like we're all being here today, becoming leaders and express leadership, people trust you and will give you their money.
Yeah.
You know, and provided that you do the right thing, you know, it works out pretty well. But,
We're going to talk about all the books tomorrow, but Work Hard, Play Hard, or Buy Dirt. How many of you like that title, huh? But now there's a real meaning behind Quitter. I think you're very excited about Quitter. What excites you the most about Quitter?
you know, it really,
Change your thinking, change your life.
yeah, I've literally quit everything in my life, you know, except finishing projects, you know, which, you know, kept me in there. But, you know, I had, you know, good addictions, bad addictions, you know, that I just wanted to get control over the years.
Yeah.
You know, I've always been a worrier, you know, so, you know, you got to lose the
Quit
emotions. Yeah. You know, we always live our story. You know, you got to get rid of the story and just realize what happened.
Well, this is one I'm most excited about. I'm about to turn 60, and Leap begins at 60, 10 leaps to growing young
Yeah.
again. You know, when I met you a year ago, you look and feel younger now. So I think you're embedding a lot of whatever you're doing, a lot of that mojo into this book. Is it just like now you're stepping into that sage role because you've mentored so many young people in real estate? Are you taking more of that godfather role, or what's going on with this magic?
You know, it's kind of a different twist. You know, it took a long time to get internal peace, you know, where I now, this year just seemed to have a lot more gratitude, you know, looking
Wow.
at the kids fly away. And, you know, I have the ability to share value not only in real estate. You know, I raised a family. I've been with the same wife for 38 years. My
That's
kids
awesome.
are also extremely successful. I used to weigh 246 pounds. I weigh 170. Still trying to figure out how to run 60 miles like Tom, but,
Yeah.
you know, we're working on it.
Hey, we'll do it when we turn 70. We'll go run 70 together. Well, we're going to do more photos tomorrow. Let's give a big hand for Ken Van Liew. Wow.
Thank you.